Thank you. It's so great to see you again. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I'm going to take him down tonight.
Okay.
But I'm trying to sync up videos right now. Just bear with me just a moment. Zell. Do you have it? Okay. Okay, yeah, Z-E-L-L-E. 90 seconds. Give me a sec. 50 seconds to start. The SFL Red Zone block has begun. We start in DC where a technical glitch lost our first 90 seconds of game action, but Charleston has entered DC territory at the 50 on their opening drive.
Mirror formation here now.
That's where we begin. Denver is warming up. They are taking on Tulsa in the lower left-hand corner. Los Angeles and Las Vegas is in your upper right-hand corner.
With the
and
receiver,
Portland
here's
and
the snap,
Seattle
hand off into the
is in your
fullback.
lower
He goes nowhere,
right-hand
picks up
corner.
1 yard.
Demond Simeon T-Roy Gaines on the call of Charleston and DC.
Sutherland.
Great tackle by Saheed Goran. Good job by the D-line of DC. To stand pat, not be fooled by the motion. They knew it was a running play, and it was able to stop them for a 1 yard gain.
Here is Lakeman underneath the center.
Portland and
Five-step
Seattle
drop.
have gotten underway.
There's a rocket, crossed the middle of the field, picks up the first down.
And that is their star
now
tight
live
end,
in
Brian
Vegas.
Murphy. 56 receptions last season, 640 yards.
Denver's going to get the ball to start the game.
11.4 catch. He averages a
They're in
first
your
down
lower
catch,
right-hand
just like
corner.
you just saw there.
Let's go to that kickoff.
I am very excited as well. Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium is always a
Eric Vincent
fascinating
on the
place
call.
to visit here in the Simulation Football League, as Denver will receive the opening kickoff, and we are underway here in the Rocky Mountains, getting up to about the 30-yard line. In fact, they will mark it at the 30-yard line. And that's a good return for the Night Wings, and Gene Struthers will come out and set up shop. His squad in some very good-looking uniforms here today. Just one more thing that you can go ahead.
Charleston has entered the red zone.
Let's go SFL, kind of Mike Daggs like. And they're getting closer and closer. They should be inside the red zone at this point.
Yes, they are. Right at the 18, 17, inside the 17-yard line, should we say. Hashtag throw it to the tight end, as Mike Daggs will call it. It's another 5-step drop here by Lakeman. Lakeman dances in the backfield. He loves throwing across the middle, and he got his receiver, Davius Reed.
And you know John Lakeman must be excited after playing for Queen City and things not working out for him there. He's coming out firing for his new team, the Predators, throwing dot after dot after dot on this
We have kickoffs
drive.
in Las Vegas
so
and
far, the
Seattle.
defense
All
with
4
Declan
games are
O'Rourke had a
now
chance to,
underway.
but potentially deflect that. They have no answers to the passing game in the middle.
Yep. Down to the 4-yard line, 13-yard pickup on the play there. First and goal here for Charleston. Inside the 5. Draw play, handoff to Hoagland. He gets inside the end zone, crosses Hollywood Boulevard for the first time today as he gets up and celebrates.
Man, that was too easy. A draw play up the gut. Nobody was there, and let's just be real. Hoagland didn't have to dive. He was just
Charleston
showing
starts
off.
with a
It's like,
touchdown on their
across
opening
the
drive.
end zone.
Let's go to
I need to
Seattle.
feel pain.
And they force an incompletion.
Portland Fleet offense showing up there at the bottom
Jacob
of your
Clear and Jack
screen.
Brown on the call.
Fairly experienced bunch, but they had to make some opt-ins for the offseason, especially on the receiver front. 2nd and 10 for the Fleet. Jive looking to throw, going over the middle. Short, that's going to be caught. Gain of 5 on the play by the halfback, Ezekiel Love.
Yeah, and you see Love there getting in on the passing game, but what really stood out there was the pocket that was created by the offensive line of the Fleet. That's going to be a really important part of this game, is whether this young Seattle defensive line can get pressure on Jive.
Yeah, and there you see that Seattle Nemesis defense floating on the screen there. Throw to the outside, that's going to be caught. A first down by Ryan Davis. Portland moving the ball down the field effectively.
Makes no mistake, this time Ryan Davis, and that was a really calculated throw by Cyrus Jive to the outside, and Seattle didn't have that area covered.
Denver's
and
across the
allows
50.
Long-term plan, I feel like.
We'll see if that comes to fruition as they come
Eric
out with
Vincent,
an offside
Cameron
line
Duty
with
on
3rd
the
and
call.
short. Pitch to O'Shaughnessy. Good pressure from around the corner, but he does get enough forward progress for the first down, and that'll move the sticks again for the Night Wings.
Just enough. I mean, I tell you what, he couldn't have afforded to have lost an inch on that. He just had enough in him to once again, be aware of where the marker was and a new fresh set of downs. Now we're anxiously anticipating to see if they go to the air.
Going 3 wide, I formation. O'Shaughnessy again going to run
Portland
in
and Los
turns his
Angeles
feet.
are across the 50.
unable to get pressure on Ezekiel Love himself, and he was able to get through with patience and time. Good start for Love.
Heavy set look
Denver
here
and
for
DC
Portland.
are now also across the 50.
In off the outside, once again to Ezekiel Love, and Ezekiel Love caught up on his line. They're going to give him the first down, but I would not be surprised, Jacob, if they throw the challenge flag.
Let's go to a 3rd
He could
and
be
9 in
challenged.
Vegas.
Cyrus.
It could work again. Second time he was involved, and sets up a 3rd and long here. Richardson's got to be more careful with the ball.
Richardson has few wide receivers to
Jacob
the left.
Clear is pulling double duty here, also
with
alongside Mark
Logan
Lopez.
Jack in the backfield. One of the receivers moves motion to sit slot on the right. 10 seconds left in the play clock. Here comes Richardson. Will look to pass. Looking to pass deep. He throws the ball, and that was in the arms of the receiver, but great defensive play as number 37, Max Jackson, jars the ball loose.
Night Wings team.
O'Shaughnessy again avoids the first tackler, surges ahead for about a couple off tackle along that far sideline as Arthur gets in there and makes the tackle there.
Something interesting that we're seeing is just how much time this is actually taking off of this first quarter. We're down to almost 6 minutes, and we've yet to see a passing play or anybody else but Denver with the football.
That's a great point there. O'Shaughnessy, pitch play, avoids the tackler, avoids another one, still on his feet, surging ahead, another fresh set of downs for Denver. And Bailey O'Shaughnessy, he is showing no signs of letting up despite being the lone person touching the ball on this drive.
Not at all. I mean, getting quite a few carries already. Obviously, a lot of yardage. Let's give credit to Nate Heslip there, the cornerback for Tulsa, coming up, finally making the stop. My only concern with this is, does he run out of steam earlier in this game? Maybe a pacing issue. We'll just have to wait and see how that works out.
That's true. We'll have to see how the longevity of O'Shaughnessy goes on as this game goes on. Our first pass of the game as Struthers is in the pocket, good presence, wide open receiver over the middle of the field is Logan Keel, and he's going to get into the SFL red zone to get a 1st and goal situation.
That's right. Logan Keel celebrating his 10th season in the league, and there you see what he can do. Look at this great little, obviously got some hands there with the defender, but he cuts right across the middle, and a fantastic
Portland's in the
job
red
of
zone.
getting open.
DC
A good
is
pass
entering
delivered
scoring
by
position.
Struthers, and I think they lulled them maybe into a false
1st and goal,
sense of
Denver.
security there, expecting maybe another run play. They got him with the pass.
And a good job by Struthers to recognize the mismatch there.
At the 24.
Fumble
Oh
in
my
DC.
goodness. Sterling was probably off to the house, but he dropped the ball as he crosses the first down line.
He didn't keep his head on a swivel, and he got taken to the shadow realm for that. What a hit by John Stamago. He is not afraid of laying the pain, bringing the pain. And then Matt Ryan was Johnny on the spot there, recovering that fumble. And Charleston,
We got 2 goal-to-go situations.
Offset eye again. O'Shaughnessy up the middle again. Gets maybe a...
As Jive looks to the end zone, caught! Touchdown! Portland knocks the first points up on the board here tonight. And Israel Adams with a great catch.
There you go, and what a drive by Portland to cross downfield. They burn a lot of the clock, but that's a fantastic throw in a formation that generally we don't see get thrown out of much, but Israel Adams sort of serving as the ex-receiver just splits the safeties, and a beautiful...
He will! Touchdown! Denver!
How impressive is that? What about that? What a great drive, and it's just fitting to cap it off with O'Shaughnessy. I mean, he did all that work to get down there. Of course, let's give credit to a fantastic job by the offensive line, and we had some good passes in there as well. But again, you know, the workload, 90% of that was O'Shaughnessy and that great ground game. And of course, it looked like Tulsa was coming in around the edge there to maybe get him stopped in the backfield. But nevertheless, Denver strikes first. And with about 4 minutes left in the first, we're finally going to get to see Tulsa on the field. So how will they respond? A lot of unanswered questions.
Extra
So
point
Denver
is
has
up and good
scored,
from
Portland
Hudson
has scored,
James.
Charleston has scored,
Denver
opening quarter
Nightwings
touchdowns.
team full
Charleston
of
recovered
rookies,
a fumble,
very,
but
very
DC
young
just got
team.
the stop.
And so
Las
far,
Vegas
knock
is
on
having to
wood,
punt it
hasn't
away
come back
after
to
they
bite 'em.
originally got a
7-0
stop.
score. Dominated
So-
time of possession early on
Ooh,
and
good
dominated
punt
the
all
run
the way
game
down to
with
the 1.
O'Shaughnessy.
Let's go to Vegas.
After that punt, it is 1st and 10. The game is still scoreless after about 4 minutes of play. Jacob, what do you want to see? Do you want to see something else with LA different from their first
Look where they
drive?
spot the ball, Mark. They're at the 1.
Oh, goodness me. I thought that fell for a touchback, but yeah, that's an amazing start. for them.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, amazing for the defense of Las Vegas. And LA will have to hand this off. And boy, he got out of the 1 yard line, picks up 3 yards. As Jack.
It's going to be a rollout by type attack. First pass attempt to the pros is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, and they invested so heavily in him because he is so different compared to the rest of the quarterbacks in the league at the moment. He's relatively undersized by comparison, but you saw there the mobility that he possesses to escape the pressure, get out into the pocket. Didn't complete the pass, but a really nice little move there by Patak to get into space.
Second down and 10. Going to be another rollout for Patak. Throws downfield. That's going to be his first completion of his career. 1st and 10. Ball is up to the 47-yard line. John Fullerton with reception.
It's a great pass, Jack, but I want you to look at the block there from the offensive lineman who just capped off that defender at the last moment. It looked like Patak was running straight into a sack, but it was able to get a block at the last moment and unleashed a dime to John Fullerton. Great play in the end, but credit to the lineman there for the block.
Now the ball is pretty much at the midfield stripe for Seattle. Offset eye look.
That's great. And on camera too, James, so everybody saw me.
They're going to do another rollout play action. Throw it down the field. That's a third time they've run essentially the same play, Jacob. And, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, that was puzzling from Portland's defense because there was a defender right there in the area to take out Patak, and he seemed to run straight by him. This time, Fullerton gets open again. We've not really much of a
Seattle's
defender
entering
around
scoring
him.
position. Las
Portland
Vegas
really
is
need to
across
sort
the
of lock
50.
that up in
DC
terms
is
of their
across the
secondary,
50.
but also make sure that they're executing when Patak is in the pocket and he's vulnerable.
We'll stay in Seattle.
Looks like it could be another one of those same plays from Seattle. Ball is on the 33. And no, they're actually going to hand it off this time. Gain of 2 from Baloo Scott.
Third down in DC.
We see something that we didn't. That should have been a carry outside, but it looks like we're about to have a power running game going on right now with Stellar and Allen.
Here's another handoff here to Stellar is hitting the backfield. Going to lose a yard there. 4th and 3. And I don't think DC is going to bring out the kicking team because this is going to be a
He's in the open, and she's going to get to the 15-yard line. First down, Seattle.
Yeah, I think it was Chris Starch, the cornerback, to the rescue in the end there because she was almost gone, as you mentioned, and it just a fantastic run up the middle. She's one of the top end running backs in this league, and obviously Ezekiel Love's going to get a lot of attention when Portland have got the ball. But
Charleston and Denver get stops
a real
respectively.
talent in
Seattle
their own
is
right.
in the red zone. Vegas is in the red zone. We'll go back and forth
once
there.
again for Seattle. Patak looking around, throws to the end zone, tipped incomplete.
His impressive first half after the end of the season finished with the most sacks and second most interceptions, but with the run game, a lot of that can be prevented. Here's another I formation in a second down and another handoff and another first down. So if you want to talk about a first down machine, Jacob, it is so far Hubba Kimbrell.
Going to be the rollout play action once again. That's going to be good for a 6. Touchdown, Seattle. John Fullerton. You know, for being among the lower list of receivers on this depth chart.
That's the number 1 pick. Ty Patak's first SFL touchdown.
Ooh, he's the lowest on their depth chart, but early on, I mean, Patak's really starting to feel comfortable throwing to him, and this play has been called probably 4 times this drive where he's just ran a post route down the middle. That time again, the Fleet secondary just didn't pick it up, but it seems as if when Patak rolls out into the pocket, the Fleet front line don't really know defender who rushed through and gets the first down.
End of the first quarter in DC. Charleston leads the Dragons 7-0.
Right in the backfield, motion by the tight end. John Blades moving to the left side of the formation.
Seattle's tied Portland at 7.
Another handoff, but this time a lot of traffic in the middle, and Kimbrell.
Third down in Denver.
So we'll definitely see a pass this time around. 5 wide, empty backfield. Struthers under center here. 5-step drop, shifts in the pocket. He's going to go ahead and run for it. He's going to get the first down and more, and slides just shy of the 40-yard line. And that
from the end zone, and now Eric Price will look to pass. Now Eric Price throws. That is a catch, his second catch of the evening. It is still 3rd and goal. It's not a touchdown, but that is much more manageable as Mason Kirby picks his first catch of the season.
Yeah, that's okay. It was the first play was a little bit telegraphed there where they ran it up the middle. The Lycans are going to kind of lock up that middle here, so we'll see if they can try and spin it to the outside and Price can get a throw here.
It's the first spread offense by Las Vegas this evening. And Eric Price, we looked at the corner, and that is defended, deflected, and intercepted. LA take it all the way back after Las Vegas marches down the field.
Well, I mean, look, they had that punt earlier that sort of set them up in that position that they were in, but unfortunately Ryan Joseph was there, a veteran presence in this defensive backfield. And LA get the ball back. That's a result for them. They save having to give up 3 points even. but just too much traffic in that area there for Kirby to reel it in. Great defense by the Lycans. They get the ball back on their 20.
Absolutely great defense leading to their offense back in the field. As here comes Sully Richardson looking to throw, and that is incomplete. I felt like that was a little underthrown just at the foot of his receiver.
Aussie Pryor ended up playing tunnel ball with that one. Just looked like she threw it between her legs as it crossed over the line, but we'll keep going. And Sully yet to really get any momentum leading into the start of the game here.
End of the
So
first
far
quarter
we'll
in
see,
Denver,
what
7-0.
else they
Nightwings
can
lead the
muster out of this
Desperados.
offense as they come out in offset eye, 2 receivers in the right.
Charleston's in the red zone.
Exactly what it looks like here. Now here's Seren Storm. Let's see what Storm can do. Storm nowhere to go. He's not very he's not being very productive as this defensive front for DC just has the number for Seren Storm.
And if I were Charleston, I would start thinking about for Storm outside runs, even though that's what they're doing with Hoagland in this game. But I'll use that for Storm as well.
Here's Hoagland.
Field and no one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Nightwings.
My goodness. So Bailey O'Shaughnessy putting on a clinic so far in this game, and the fans are loving it. Take a look at this great little bounce right here. Obviously misses the tackle, and then he just bounces outside, and he's gone. He can turn on
Bailey
the jet.
O'Shaughnessy
And
with a
let's just say
convention
this,
touchdown.
This offensive line is working really well right.
Picked off. 50-50 ball went Seattle's way, and now they got it back. First statement on defense, and it's made by the Nemesis and TJ Frosty.
TJ Frosty, first season with the club, so I've transferred over in free agency from Denver, and what an introduction by this Seattle secondary, picking off Cyrus Jive just when they were starting to look like they were going to run down the field again with Ezekiel Love. Jive tries to catch them out with a deep look, and it gets picked off, and Seattle turn it, get back possession.
First and 10, balls on their own 28 for Seattle. Play action rollout for type attack, and type attack throws it down the field, this time to Fox Highwind. And Jacob, something I want to note about that play in particular, you saw there was a defender wide open running at Patak, but he kind of seemed to get distracted. I'm surprised that happened.
That's happened virtually every time, and there's either been a lineman there to make a block or there wasn't, and on that occasion there wasn't, and there seemed to be a defender, like you said, that was in that vicinity, but he finds the former SFL London wide receiver now.
Charleston's kicked a field goal
on the depth chart in
They're
Fox
up
Island.
10-0 on DC.
Tack looking around.
Open daylight. Got one man to beat. Crosses midfield. Down to the 30. The 20. He's going to cross Hollywood Boulevard. Sam Harrison with the first kick return touchdown of season 21 in the SFL.
And that was a great job with the blocking, and then Harrison had the wherewithal to bounce it outside, something that we may have not saw too much in the prior game. But let's give Harrison a huge shout out because that's his first touchdown in the majors, and he did it in a big way with a nice kick return.
Wow, that was an excellent kick return, T-Word. But check this out, buddy. What about the defense of DC? They just got off the field on a long drive, 6-play drive, where Charleston basically
And that's
ran
still
it down
the
the
only
field
kick
on them.
return touchdown so
This
far
defense gotta
in
be
week
pretty
1.
tired.
We
So
have
I
a
hope they
pair
got
of
enough
3rd and
Gatorade
10s at
and
the bottom of the
water,
screen.
refreshed the
Let's go
bodies
to
there.
Seattle. They are
Everybody
closer
come
to
right-
scoring position.
3rd and 10. Gonna be a rollout from Patak. Throw to the outside. That's caught. First down inside the 40. And that's a huge pickup of yardage by
Jake
Gus
Hughes
Scott.
just took off.
He counted. Jake Hughes showing that he can do the exact same. Look at that. Just a nice job of avoiding the would-be tacklers and then getting out and getting a first down. And really, you know what? He didn't slide. He just put his head forward and went for all that he could right there. His coach maybe told him, it's okay to get down after you get the first, though.
It looked like he wanted to slide, but by the time he met one of the Nightwing defenders, he just kind of spun off it and fell to the turf as Douglas Brown gets a good run
Vegas
of 7
has
here
a
on
goal
first
to
down.
go situation after a
Well, you're in
scoreless
the
first
SFL,
quarter.
man. Things happen fast. So sometimes your
That is
best
true.
laid plans, they don't work out, do they?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Intercepted by the Sanchez right at the 45, and DC gets a turnover of their own. Ball is in the hands of the DC Dragons now, and the cheerleaders are doing flips and going wild.
Everybody in the stadium sense the momentum now going back on the side of the team with the light blue and black colors as DeSantis gets an interception on a very poorly thrown pass.
So
from
DeSantis with a
Lakeman.
pick.
Go
DC's coming
in the
back, still
second
down
quarter.
3. Vegas goal to go.
Taking his time. Here comes another handoff, unsurprisingly, to Hubba Kimbrell. Picks up about 2 yards, and it is now 2nd and goal.
Yeah, we'll see if they change this drive because
End of the first quarter in Seattle, that game was tied at
hit up the
7.
middle, then tried to pass it to the outside twice, and it didn't work. This time they're going to go back to another running set.
And it looks like it as the I formation will indeed become a handoff. Can Kimbrell get to the end zone? Pretty close. Kimbrell could smell a touchdown there, but the defense ran up to him, and it's 3rd and goal.
I think he's got a taste for it at the moment.
Goal to go
I
in Seattle.
I believe they'll go back to
and
him
forth.
here.
Alongside Jacob Clear, Portland and Seattle is the matchup you're watching. Patak throws over the middle. That's going to be incomplete. 2nd and goal.
Play. Yeah, formation with the Hubba Kimbrell getting the touch, and Hubba Kimbrell wide open. They just parted the seas for him. A lot of defenders went to the side and missed on the blitz, and Hubba Kimbrell gets points on the board.
Walks in untouched. The offensive line created a really good chasm for him to walk defensively.
2nd and goal for Seattle. Man in motion. It's going to be something you're seeing a lot here in 4K23. A lot of man in motion.
The stiff arm, is the big guy going to catch him? No. Kevin Sages cross Hollywood Boulevard here in DC at Dicarius Coliseum, and DC takes the lead on that pitch there. I'm sorry, handoff to Kevin Sage, and wow, what a run!
Wasn't that like a 14 or 21 point swing if you count the kick return from Harrison? But great job by Kevin Say breaking tackles as if he was a 230-pound running back, and then he had the speed.
Kevin Say makes it
to
14
outrun
unanswered
everybody
for
else.
DC.
Nobody
That game
in
now
Charleston that
14
was
to 10. 3rd
chasing
and goal,
had a
Seattle.
chance to
Green single back look for Seattle. Gonna be another rollout from Patak. Nearly hit. That's gonna be an incompletion. Seattle gonna have to settle for 3 as Portland gets a huge stand on the line. Derek Majors with the deflection.
Yeah, another good play by Derek Majors. He's one of the shorter cornerbacks in this league, but again, a lot of jump there. You can see the vertical leap in the end zone there just to bat that one away, and you can tell Portland is starting to understand what needs to happen when Seattle draw out these rollout plays.
End of that play, just kind of throw their hands up in the air, because what more can you do? You finally got them stopped deep in, on their back door, basically, trying to get them to where they could turn the ball over, and still Struthers delivers a beautiful pass. That was a great reception, and the drive continues. Sometimes it just, as a football team, you have to end up scratching your head. You think you've checked all the boxes, and still that team can find a way to make a play happen.
So once again, the Nightwings extend the drive. O'Shaughnessy cut down after a gain of maybe a half a yard as Philadelphia Collins gets in there and makes the stop. You bring up 2nd down.
If I'm the defensive
Nobody's
coordinator for
across the
Tulsa,
50 right now.
I want
We'll
to
stay in
continue
Denver.
saying, just small victories right here. Contain them, contain them, contain them.
Split backfield, Struthers to throw. Going to check it down to O'Shaughnessy. A little slow getting out of the backfield. Slips 2 defenders. He's near the marker. 3rd defender slipped. He's into the open field. Slipped the 4th one. And he's still on his feet. What a run by Bailey O'Shaughnessy.
My goodness, O'Shaughnessy is already making a case for player of the week in this week 1. I mean, I was beginning to wonder if anybody could get a hold of him. It looked like he was lathered in butter or grease or something. I don't know. I mean, they could not bring this guy down. Impressive by O'Shaughnessy. But now also, you know, for Tulsa, you guys got to make a wrapped up tackle there. I mean, you gotta bring him down. Those are things that you can't let this guy have second or third opportunities to break free.
The offense here with Richardson at the helm. We'll see a spread package here. They could do anything here.
And despite of being able to do anything, it is still a hand of Logan Jack, but kind of successful nonetheless. He picks up 6 yards. It's 3rd and 2 now.
He's seeing now they were just kind of waiting for him to get that first momentous carry, and now they're going to really lock in and use him. He'll be used again here on 3rd down.
So here comes the play out of the offset eye, turns into a pass to Sully. Richardson tries to find his receiver, intended to throw to Jack Flash, and Jack Flash was not
Jack
there
Flash is hurt
for the catch because he was injured. Uh-oh, not like this. This is not what LA wanted to see.
Yeah, and this is a big loss as well if he has to miss the rest of the game because
3rd
he's
down
the
in
kick.
Denver.
4 wide, trips towards the top of the formation. O'Shaughnessy the lone back. Jackson going to go in motion now, 2 and 2. Struthers shuffles, fires, end zone incomplete. At least 2 Tulsa defenders out there on number 87, Dylan Lewis, who had that big completion a little bit earlier on the drive, and it falls incomplete 4th
LA
down.
stalls. They have to punt.
Absolutely.
Charleston's
And, you know, we got
crossed
to give
the 50.
Tulsa credit.
Vegas
the
has
fact
lost
that,
a player, Tucker.
This defense has been on this field for nearly the majority of this game.
Portland's crossed
thus
the
far.
50.
Still able to come.
Making a safe route where necessary. 6 yards is hardly something to shake your nose at.
Another handoff right up the middle for Ezekiel Love. He's going to get the 1st down. Crossing the line to gain.
A good carry again. That's that power eye that they're going to venture towards a lot. He's already had 10 carries, but they've been efficient. And he'll continue here. I mean, they've brought out a spread formation. Could be anything.
Yeah. So far, 5.4 yards per carry for Ezekiel Love. And that one's not going to help out his average, only 2 yards gain.
The football, Denver's got it! And they're going back the other way, inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Lucas DeVore, Johnny on the spot to pick up the ball, and Denver is right back in business again.
You know, we questioned the decision to take the punt instead of the field goal, but this team obviously has all the confidence in the world in their defense as well. People such as Lucas DeVore, Strike Vader, and Nick Kindler already coming up and making big-time plays.
Tulsa fumbles a
And so there you go.
disastrous
You've got a
start for the
first-and-goal
Desperados.
situation
They
because you relied
fumble
on
at
your
the
defense to
9.
come up
Goal-to-go
with the
situation
big
now
stop.
in Denver.
And
Charleston's
now, as we
approaching the
said,
red zone.
This game changes big time if they can get some big-time points off this possession.
O'Shaughnessy with the carry, still slipping defenders, only gets about maybe 1 on that play before he's wrapped up by Marcos Swift. But good Lord, I mean, we were just talking about how Tulsa getting off the field, that was a huge stop there, huge swing of momentum for them, and Douglas Brown coughs up the football. That's how football goes, man.
Yeah, it is. Some days you have all the luck, some days you're the windshield, some days you're the bug.
That sounds about right. O'Shaughnessy pitch play, surges ahead, but gets wrapped up by David Ware, only get maybe 1.5 yards.
Get this matchup down here with
Goal to
Odobe
go for Charleston.
and Peanut Say. Lakeman passes incomplete. Deflected by Declan O'Rourke.
This SFL, 2-time champions, obviously
to go
they're
in
ready to
Denver.
make a statement. They really, early on, look like they're in about mid-season form. It's incredibly impressive.
Mosley goes in motion. 2 receivers towards the bottom of the formation. Struthers blitz coming. He's going down. Pressure coming from the front side, and no one was blocking Berto Demora.
Lakeman calling the center. Calling the signal. Handoff here to Hogland, and he jumps over Hollywood Boulevard himself. These halfbacks are having...
She nearly had a wide open space in front of her, but gets the first down nonetheless.
Yeah, I tell you, you can tell she's going to break one off tonight. The way that the offensive line is just creating gaps for her through the middle, had to chase her down there. One of the linebackers had to run it down there in Brody Gulch, I believe, but a good read.
Denver
by
settles
the
for
offense,
3
and
off
she's
the
just
fumble.
that
They go up
one last
17-0.
break
Charleston has
from
regained the
breaking
lead
off
over
the big
DC in a back and forth one.
Yeah.
16-14
That's how
extra
loud the
point
running game has
pending.
been in the game.
LA just over the 50.
And they'll bring out a spread on 3rd down.
With 3 wide receivers out on the field, Richardson will look to pass. Richardson changes his position, and another deep pass unconverted because there was at least one defender there to make the play.
You're just wondering when
LA's going to punt back to Seattle.
Attack, and just lucky enough that he threw it too low to the ground.
2nd and 10 for Seattle. Gonna be another rollout for Patak. Throw over the middle. That's gonna be caught. First down and a heck of a lot more. Cross in the midfield stripe this time is Fox Highwind.
Yeah, and once again, the story is the same for Portland's defense with this rollout play. There was a defender right there that just seemed to run back in towards the line, and I'm not really sure what might be causing that, whether it's...
Another injury in LA.
Obviously still a lot to learn about player builds in this new game, but something certainly Portland are going to be looking at, and Seattle are going to look to capitalize on.
Patak gonna go over the middle to the outside. That's going to be another gain of a first down to Tina Queen. Seattle moving right through this defense like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, he's just motoring again, and again they just hit him with a simple post route. 2 of those to the outside, and Portland caught in on which to cover, and it's 2 straight passes in a row that Patak has thrown for over 15 yards.
Speed along the near sideline, avoiding defenders and getting first down yardage and more. There's a good run by
Seattle's approaching scoring range.
Another rollout for Patak. That's going to be a short throw catch. Oh, fumble! Can Portland pick it up?
No, they got it. No. Seattle picked it up. I think Ethan Kai came to the rescue there. The guard leapt on it at the last second. Had he not have been there, I think Portland would have gotten to it.
Yeah, that would have been crazy, but that is one of the more unconventional ways to get a first down here. A little ways over halfway through the 2nd quarter here. Seattle dropping back and throw to the outside. That's caught! Down within the 5, down to the 2, I think they're going to say. Fox Highwind with another big grab.
And Patak again finding the receiver downfield wide open, but that time the pressure for Portland on the front just kind of collapsed. One of the linebackers.
Oh, that pass is caught! He's got the speed! Will he get there? 30, 20, 10 yards, 4 men trying to get to him. 0 will catch him, and he puts 6 on the board.
A great call, Mark, and an incredible run after the catch. It was a pass that just kind of got open.
Handoff right up the middle, touchdown. Easy as they come. Baloo Scott with her first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, and she's earned one. She's had some really good touches
Long
early.
Touchdown pass for Vegas.
In the ball
blows
game,
that
and
open,
that time,
14-0 late in the 2nd quarter. Seattle with a touchdown. They are up 16-7,
really
extra point pending.
Seattle. They're moving the
Charleston
ball
just got to stop
at the moment.
They'll get the ball back. Tulsa on the move.
handoff to Brown, trying to shift it towards the far sideline, gets just enough for the first down as he surges ahead for a gain of maybe 4, and that'll move the sticks with the clock running.
Yeah, it was a really nice little run right there. Obviously, getting the first down. They're not going to take much time under center, looks like, but they got to be feeling pretty good. They're in a good spot right here, and they've got time on their side.
Offset eye now, Q to throw. Pressure was coming, dumps it off to Brown. Brown, stiff arm there. He's up on his feet still. Avoids the second defender. Still on his feet as he gets across the 20-yard line to maybe the 19. What a run by Douglas Brown coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, Lucas DeVore once again thought he had him set in his sights, and it just didn't happen. I mean, again, we talk about the will to make the big play, and I know that sounds cliche, but I mean, you take a look at that. I mean, the guy just continues to, as they say, rumble, bumble, and stumble all the way down to the red zone here.
.110 to go here in the opening half of play. Q short drop, sidearms it, incomplete, but there is a marker on the field. And it's going to be DPI on the Denver Nightwings. They'll get Struck Vader on the call there, so that'll be an automatic first down for the Desperados. And that'll, more importantly, give them, that'll stop the clock for a moment here.
That'll stop the clock, and then it'll give them a fresh set. And as we said, right now, the best that we have seen this team look so far in this game. And it would be a shame if they can't come away with some points here.
1:07 on the clock, 1st and 10 from about the 13-yard line. Single back is Douglas Brown. Q sidearms it into coverage and picked off. Denver able to come up with an impressive interception. Luke Schreiner getting in there, the rookie, the 81st overall pick, falling to his opposite side and coming up with the interception. What a play.
What a play indeed, and what it looked like to me, just quickly there, it looked like Sonzo Robinson was running a route cutting towards the middle of the field, and instead, JQ and him may not have been on cue because he left that one outside of the hash marks there, and a great interception by Denver. Man, how demoralizing that is for Tulsa, knowing they were that close to finally getting.
It seemed like with Reed, every time he makes a catch, he keeps getting destroyed shortly after because they've been, covering him like a blanket. But Reed has been coming up clutch for his team, making those tough catches.
Yep. 1st and 10 right at midfield. 9-yard gain on the previous play. 5-step drop here by
Seattle
Lakeman.
and Vegas
Lakeman
get
dumps it off. That
stops.
pass is tipped it away. Couldn't see who got their paws on it. And it looked like it was
Denver's
a
on their own side of the field. Davius
wow.
Reed is hurt.
That's not good.
Oh, Davius Reed is hurt and injured. He's on the ground. He may be out for the game.
Hopefully it's just a stinger. We'll see. But, that is a big loss. He's been one of 2 receivers that's been very reliable in the first half. Besides Reed, it's been Murphy. We'll see who steps up for the Predators.
2nd and 10 here
Charleston
for Charleston.
closest to scoring range at the 50.
They have 4 starting, 4 user wide receivers on this team. So it looks like Adobe is going to step up. Ricky Spider's probably going to, Adobe's going to step up in Reed's position. There's down the field. Got his man Benjamin Warner, the number 1 receiver on the team. $1.7 million signed on the offseason. Give me my paycheck, baby. I'll be at the front office door on Monday.
First
And
receive.
it's the same play, and Portland's defensive coordinator must be getting really frustrated. Again, Derek Mage has just kind of left Fox Highway to go and do his
We've
own
reached
thing.
our
He
first
wasn't really
halftime.
covering
Denver
anything
shutting out
there.
Tulsa 17-0.
And just let Highwind kind of do his own thing. But I tell you what, Portland must be really frustrated watching defenders get in the right area when Petak rolls out and not having a result out of it. I mean, that was probably the clearest one yet.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go, folks. Seattle looking to extend their lead. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Gonna be another rollout here for Patak. Launches one over the middle, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
I'm going to get kind of sick of calling it because once
If anybody
again,
has an iPhone
Portland
charger,
had a
help
man in the
J-Bomber out
area,
for us, would you
and
please?
Patak was given too much
Let him know
time
he's
to
in the
unleash
back.
that one. That time Portland covered it better in the secondary, but they really need to fix that at the halftime interval. When they get in that spot, you just need to commit to it.
Seattle's
Trips
nearly
look
across the
for
50.
the
Los
nemesis.
Angeles or Las Vegas is across the 50.
Already forming a connection with this young man on his first game. I mean, a really good start with the 2-minute warning.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the 2-minute warning of this game. LA versus Las Vegas. Las Vegas with the 14-0 lead. They are playing at home and they are looking to make the home fans happy. And yet, to your point, the connection between Price to Morrison and 2 plays netting over 100 yards between them alone. Another toss play to a very wide open on the side. Kimbrel, there was just no defender on that side of the field, Jacob.
Yeah, they just let up the chase a little bit there with their rushing defense, and there was only one blocker out there that was necessary for Kimbrel to get the first down.
Seattle approaching scoring range.
2nd and 12. And that's going to be a lame duck throw. I don't know what happened there. As Patak seems to be kind of sputtering out in this set of downs.
Yeah, Portland need to do more of that, particularly when he's moving out in the pocket. His rush
A
one.
turnover perhaps, because this is already within field goal region. Boy, what a play by the linebacker getting to the backfield. That was a toss play meant for Kimbrel, but as soon as he caught the ball, he also caught the defenders.
3rd and 12. Seattle looking to keep this drive alive. Going to throw it out to Blue Scott. Blue Scott sheds one. Not going to. She could have picked up that first down. I think she could have gotten it.
In a vulnerable space.
That was Garrett Hudson with an incredible tackle. And another blind scrimmage play. No, Kimbrel. Kimbrel makes 2 tackles. Kimbrel will not break the 3rd tackle. He gets pushed out of bounds, but Kimbrel could have been tackled for a 5-yard loss. Instead, gets approximately 9 yards in the play.
How did he do that? I mean,
Seattle settles for a field goal. 20-7. 1 minute to go in the first half.
Come through. At the 47-yard line, dumps it off to Say. Say's going to be hitting the backfield. Tackled and brought down, looks like at the 43.
And that's it. That was an all-out blitz, and that O-line for DC couldn't.
Timeout there as
The second halfback, he already has almost double that in this game alone. He has turned up his game this season, and and 3rd and short, Alba Kimbrel could not convert a.
Pakoko on the line of scrimmage. Churchill goes in motion to the left. Stops right in the slot spot off the line. 7 seconds left here on the play clock. Synergy rolls up again under pressure. The pass is almost intercepted by the defense of Charleston. J.W. Hartshawn with his 2nd deflection tonight.
Oh yeah, you're now seeing the effects of only having 1 star lineman on offense for the Dragons. The pressure is coming consistently every time they throw the ball.
But that's usually what is really good. He is away. He's to the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Portland Fleet. That's exactly the play they needed, even if it's not what you usually see out of Portland Fleet on a passing play or a run.
Well,
Shoot.
it was gonna take a leadership moment where a player was going to step up and make a play for this offense to just get that little bit of confidence in him. This time, Ezekiel Love just does it all by himself, and that's why they've paid him the big money in the offseason.
caught down to the middle of the field is DJ Bandit, and he'll eventually get caught at about the 1.5-yard line. But what a play from Q to Bandit for a 1st and goal.
On the road right this time, gets a block on Hartshawn. That pass is deflected away by John Stamango.
Really respond with the big play when it counted, and right there it was. One thing, JQ did a fantastic job of complete and control confidence that DJ Bandit would also be able to.
It's another interception by Richardson, and the end of the half that should have been played safely and went into the halftime instead gives Las Vegas another opportunity for points, Jacob.
4-2 nickel defense.
As on their opening possession of the 2nd half. Q to throw with goal to go, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be a touchdown to Scott Powell, the backup running back, getting in there and making his impact.
How about that? I mean, that is so impressive.
Tulsa shut out in the first half, gets a touchdown on their first drive of the 3rd quarter.
Either you just secure your 17 points, but look at where you are and look at what they do. They make another play and they set themselves up to be good.
only get another 3-pointer. They've looked really explosive.
Yeah, and now they kind of need that because
Halftime
they're
in
only up by
DC,
6.
Charleston up
Another one
on
of
the
those big
Dragons,
Ezekiel Love
24-14.
runs. And they're down. Patak going to call his own number on the speed option. Spins the outside, and he's going to gain 9 on the play.
He's got to be careful. It looked like he had a bit of a hard time getting up there, but that looked good. I mean, it looked a bit unnatural as he was trying to work out what he wanted to do, but once he chucked it down, a little spin move there, that was fancy.
Second down and 1. Hand off the outside for Baloo Scott. Baloo Scott is in the wide open field. The green, more like the Seattle color scheme. She's going to be in for the score to end off the half. And the Nemesis extend their lead in the Nemisphere.
Well, I mean, that's a heartbreaker for the Fleet. I mean, they were, of all things to do in terms of when they went into a straighter defense there, they left him open. The corner just sort of left that protection there. That's really poor coverage, Mark. I mean, you're a free safety. If your corners are doing that, man, I'm assuming there's a veteran presence on your defense. There's going to be some strong words in the sheds.
That's the kind of play as a corner where you end your block in hopes that you have someone covering your back, but no one was there fast enough to stop the play. Now we see themselves at 1st and goal, 3 yards to go. Richardson will look to pass. Sorry, Price will look to pass, but Price took too much time, and that will bring him down. That will use up another timeout by Las Vegas. I got one more timeout with about 10 seconds left to go and 3 yards to go.
At the half in Seattle, the Nemesis lead the Fleet 27-14.
Get a touchdown. So here we go. That actually lost yards for them as that was a sack. And second and goal. The pass is thrown, and the pass is good. Another touchdown, and Las Vegas is just running away with it.
Yeah, this is getting ugly here at home for Vegas, and it's another great pass by Eric Price into the end zone. LA just kind of collapsed there again. Finds a good catch in the end zone, and they just keep pushing forward. This has been an ideal first half for the home team, and
so they're going to need it. O'Shaughnessy with the carry, and he's going to get enough for the first down as he gets a gain of maybe 2 or 3 on the play.
It was just a really tough task to ask a team to try to make a stop like that on 3rd and inches when you've got an offensive line right now that is paving the way for O'Shaughnessy. It's hard to stop any team when it's 3rd and inches, but when your motor's running like O'Shaughnessy's is at the moment, almost impossible to ask.
Yeah, it seems like every play he is avoiding at least one defender, the initial defender, if not 2, 3, 4 more defenders. That time he gets brought down after a gain of a couple. But yeah, his motor is absolutely running, and he has just been toting the rock on the ground all game long. And so get yet another carry here. Good blocking up front once again. And he'll power ahead close to the line to gain. It'll be a 3rd and 1 coming up now.
I mean, that really is the thing right now that is so impressive. As you said, he's always, or at least it seems to be the case, he's been able to shrug off, like you said, at least one defender.
DC's across the 50.
Yep, they has. Actually, DC is at the 47. Synergy called in the signal. Handoff hit this. Nice strong dive there to Kevin Saden. The reason why I say that, they were in like a far formation, and he was right there so close to the QB, and he got the ball and he just took off.
And he could have had more yardage if he would have bounced it out to his right. That's still a nice 9-yard gain. Any running back would take that, but the potential.
Pull out. Attack down the field. That's going to be up to
They've gone to the half in Vegas. It was scoreless at the end of the
45-yard
first,
line. Fox Highland with another
24-0.
great grab.
Fury lead the Lycans at the half.
That was some grab. The athleticism there of Fox Highwind to reel
Type
that
Attack
in.
has 258
One hand
passing
through
yards.
contact. That is some grab.
Starting the
Impressive
third
stuff
quarter.
from the free agent. That's why they brought him over. He makes plays like that and just gets them rolling.
First and 10 once more. Roll out for Patak. Down the field. Caught to the 35. First and 10. This time it's Fullerton, his old favorite target once again.
Yeah, it's these two, isn't it? It's Fullerton, and if it's not Fullerton, it's Highwind. If it's not Highwind, it's Fullerton. There's been little need for any of the other star receivers on this team to really get involved. It's all about these two at the moment. And Fullerton, first season out of Fort Worth as the second season player overall, and he looks really confident with little experience.
Yeah, there you can see the yardage breakdown. They've been keeping it to more kind of the right half of the field and the center over the middle. That's going to be a complete hack. Tried to go the other side of the field, and it didn't
Injury
work.
updates in Las Vegas.
That could have been a big play for Portland there. Dale McLean in the area. Couldn't quite reel that one in, but that's a really disappointing result for Portland. They should have had a pick there.
Second and 10.
Tucker's day's done.
Throw to the outside. That's a one-handed grab. Can he shed the
Off,
top?
going the other way again is Louis Quintana, and he's going to get into the end zone. It's a pick six for Denver.
And what more can you say? I mean, we've talked about this defense this entire game. Louis Quintana coming up with a wonderful interception, the second of the day for this Denver team. But this time, this one goes all the way back to the house for 6. Look at that. He read that like a book. I mean, watch him just kind of sneaking in, kind of spying there on JQ. He could see that he was...
Santa Claus is Hollywood Boulevard! Get off me, son!
You may have heard me clap in the background. What a great punishing run. And it was more punishing because he spun off those tackles as if they were nothing. I remember the mom, we talked about this in the past. What do you get with this matchup between a truck and a fly? What normally happens? The fly
A
gets
flurry of
destroyed.
scores here. Chuck
Absolutely.
Steller with the
Especially
touchdown.
that's
That's now a 3-point game
Exactly.
if they make the extra point in
We saw there
DC.
on that run.
Denver's
was the
Luis
Mack truck,
Quintana
that
with a
poor
pick
Charleston
6, puts the
defender
Nightwings
was
back
the
up
fly. He
17.
got
Seattle's in the red
destroyed.
zone, just got a sack. It'll be third down there shortly.
24-20 is the score as it stands before the extra point attempt here by Party. Kick is up, and it is good.
It was just off a simple draw back, and the lineman just getting across, and that hopefully will give him a bit of confidence in terms of just reading his movement in when he drops back. But here we go, big third down.
Third and 14. Roll out from Patak. He's going to throw it over the middle. Oh, that's going to be intercepted. Portland finally getting another break. And now they got to make something out of it.
And great coverage by the Portland secondary. And you were just worried for a second there that they were potentially going to take a gamble and go towards the end zone. They do a double coverage around the area there by Portland. And that's a huge play. I mean, it sets the offense up in reasonable starting field position to potentially go out and find that rhythm again. Seattle just sort of taking a bit of a gamble there, and it didn't.
And Lars Bazar was the intended receiver. Zavor getting in there and making another stop. Two of those turnovers basically resulted in 10 points, and that is the difference in the ball game currently. You are absolutely right, Cameron.
Yeah, it really is. And those are things that, of course, it's just week one. You can certainly clean them up, but it's tough to know that next week's practice may not be so fun.
Q again to throw, has time, gonna fire it. One-handed grab by the Magic Man, Gabriel Manning, as he gets a first down.
Yeah, a
And
beautiful play.
That's just what Tulsa needed right there, Cameron.
Yes, sir. It was. That was a a great job. Like I said, we talked about it all day, just looking for a spark. And a guy who can deliver it is Manning. He is such a complimentary player, we'll put it that way, to what JQ likes to do best. And again, you're still not out of this game. You still got 2 minutes and some change in the third, but you need to strike. I would like to see a quicker tempo out of this Tulsa offense.
Q again to throw over the middle and incomplete.
You mean in reference to like a toddler when they first learn how to jump? They just don't. Here's Hoagland, and Hoagland's going to pick up 2 yards.
No, I'm talking about in reference to me back in season 12, my second season, in the game versus Las Vegas. So I decided, I'd like to go ahead and jump, and I got taken to the shower realm for the rest of the game thanks to Anthony Wow. I don't forget.
First attempt once more going to be thrown to the outside. Second inch is what they're going to call it after the catch by Michael Knight, his first time that we've seen him tonight.
Former Sioux Falls Sparrow Michael Knight coming over to Portland as a second season player.
Second down and inches. Handoff to Ezekiel Love. Easily gains the first down. No problems with that.
Well, this is something reflective of their opening drive of the game where they moved downfield. They gave it to Love when they need to save yardage, and Jive finds the receivers that he's comfortable with. Bring out a bunch here. This is a good call. See if they can test the secondary here of the Nemesis.
Going to be a throw to the outside.
Lucas DeVore is hurt.
A little bit of contact on that one.
Is he being chased down? He is. He gets to the touchdown. Oh my! What? I lost my words. I think I just de-aged by 20 years. I don't know what to say about that.
Check out this run from Hubba.
Mark, I was about to sort of sit here and sort of talk about whether or not we thought he was going to start to feel a bit of fatigue, but at time, I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, seriously.
We missed the beginning of it, but it's if you didn't see it live, it's worth a review on YouTube.
Hubba, I mean, this is a player that we kind of may have overlooked in terms
Charleston's
of
on DC's side of the field, up 3 late in the third.
Type of catch. Oh my goodness. Going to read it. He gets another reception. One-handed this time as it was on the back of the defender.
Portland's on Seattle's side of the field midway through the third.
Sustainability of drives in this game for Portland have been a little bit short, but this is good movement.
And off the outside for Ezekiel Love, and Love not going to gain a whole lot out of it. Second down and 7.
Still low. I mean, it keeps the ball out of the quarterback's hands, and he's shown he can bust it open, something out of nothing. So, still worth just testing the Seattle run defense.
Charleston inside the 10. We'll go there next.
Throw to the outside. It's going to be caught inside the red zone. Don't look now, Jacob. But Portland, much like their first drive in the first half, is moving the ball with conviction.
And that's Michael Knight again on the post route across the middle and gets them just on the brink of the red zone. And
off camera about how things are looking in the NFL with their running backs, but guess what? That's not happening here in the SFL. And down goes Lakeman for the
another pitch and catch. It's going to be another first down to Israel Adams, and Portland right on the door, making this a one-score ball game.
Yeah, what a fantastic read. Again, these post routes have been working for both teams. That time, Adams just got through a nice seam and creates it, and now Portland are in great territory here for their star running back.
These folks are savages up in these stands here in the DMV, Demond.
Bring it back to a one-score ball game. Quick drop throw to Ezekiel Love. Love carries the defender in for 6. Touchdown, Portland. Ezekiel Love's going to drag this team back in this game, kicking and screaming.
Here we go. Game on. This is a really good contest starting to develop here, and like we said at the halftime break, they just needed to get a sustained drive going at early in the half, and they've done exactly that. Their defense got the turnover on the previous possession.
1:18 left on the game clock in the third quarter. Intercepted in the back of the end zone by Adobe Dude. I mean, Jadoobie Dude, sorry.
Like Scooby.
Yeah, Scooby.
He's like, and he's like, look, Shaggy.
Picked off this time. Tulsa punishes him for deciding to do that once again as J. Rock comes away with his first interception on the season to close out the third quarter.
Well, it's so interesting. We talked about that early, didn't we, about Struthers throwing across his body, and it worked well the first time. He actually, if I'm not mistaken, earlier in the game, he was able to complete that pass to kill.
End of the third. Tulsa still hanging around, but Denver in control for now, 24-7.
He just dropped back. He was very patient there and stepped up in front of the pass. Big-time interception.
Everybody get your fours up. We got one more quarter to go. Start of the fourth quarter coming up right after this.
Of Simulation Football League.
Want to get deep. That's another first down. This route has been borderline unstoppable tonight, Jacob.
Absolutely, and Fox Highwind has made really good work of it, but I want to bring up a point made by our producer Cameron Irvine just during that Portland drive. It seems as if they're trying to rush Leo Morris, the corner, into that space where Patak is trying to attack, and realistically, they probably need to look at subbing someone else into that spot that might be more of a natural pass rusher just to start getting to Patak, because this seems like a play that's very easy to defend, but Portland don't have the personnel at the moment.
No, they do not. That's going to be another first down. This time to T to Queen. As Seattle pretty much able to move this ball at the speed they feel like it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Patak is just kind of playing the game at his pace, and that time DeQueen again, he's really done a good job at spreading.
Offset I, Q to throw. Gonna check it down to Brown. Gets out of the backfield, gets close to first down yardage. He does get the first down as he steps out of bounds just past the 30-yard line.
End of the third, good game in DC. Charleston's protecting a narrow lead, 24-21.
Right here, you know, it's an opportunity where you find yourself down. I almost would consider this. Actually, I would consider this. This is 4-down territory, in my personal opinion.
We'll see if Tulsa agrees with you, but they don't have to go that far just yet as they get a first set of downs from about the 30-yard line. Brown
much on that route.
Yeah, absolutely, but they love what's being presented to them out of these, twins and spread formations where they've got two receivers on that far side of the field that Type Attack can kind of throw across his body to, and it's an impressive play that seems.
When you started season 11, calling games, and you was very nervous. I told you, just be yourself, just talk football, you'll be okay. Oh my goodness! What a shot! I mean, a blitz coming from the secondary of the Charleston Predators, and it's Ryan getting a sack, his first sack of the night. Matt Ryan, that is, on Sabaz Synergy.
You talking about being nervous. I know Synergy was nervous as soon as he saw that black helmet about to pop him in the jaw. A corner blitz, a safety blitz that worked out.
Handoff, Brown, first down. Actually, that goes to Scott Powell, the
Vegas
second running
back
back.
into scoring position.
He took a little sit for about 10 seconds, and now he's back there. That's all he needed. Kimbrell gets the toss, and Kimbrell, another play to the right where he breaks the tackle. How many times are we going to see him get wrapped up on the shoulders? He just wipes that wrap up off of himself, says, no, thank you. I will take 10 yards, please.
Tulsa and Seattle are in the red zones.
Just said, give me some of these electrolytes, please. It wasn't the right play call there defensively. The safeties weren't anywhere near where they needed to be, and Seattle exploit the gap in the middle.
And now Patak's can call his own number, and that time he's a little bit smarter for himself, just slides down.
Brown trying to find his way out of the backfield and does, but does not get to the line to gain. Vader was in there to make the stop.
I think, as you said, that's a really good point right there. Eric, is the fact that they're moving the ball, but right now with 7 minutes left in this game, it's by the run, so that does take up precious time.
Brown carry again, gets the first.
Oh, she's going to score a touchdown. And the Nemesis re-extend their lead. Keeping just
Well, they
out of
can
reach
do no
the fleet.
wrong. Seattle, they can. It's just been perfect offensively, and Blue Sky has really contributed where she's needed to, and you can see the athleticism. She bounces out of that spin tackle. That's a really good move.
We'll see if they throw the football again here. No, they'll hand it off to Brown. Brown surging ahead, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa.
Play clock goes down. Obviously gets the first down. Powers through for more yards, and as the first tackle got broken, we thought we were going to see something amazing there, but still gets brought down. Still a solid run from him.
Solid run. I mean, he went straight through 2 defenders. I mean, he looks like he's fresh.
Seattle extends their
But look
lead
at
again,
that. He looks like
34-21.
He hasn't even drained
Tulsa
any of his
gets a
fatigue.
touchdown
I mean,
with
he's just,
6:48 to go.
He just
They've
keeps
cut
moving.
the
This is
deficit to 10.
impressive.
DC got a stop. They're about to get the ball back.
And they just
Vegas
call his
first and
number
goal.
every play. There he is back again. I believe that is him. Only 2 wide receivers at the I formation. Defense calling out the motion of Las Vegas, following suit. I mean, this man-to-man formation will try to fend off. Oh man, Kimbrel destroys a human being, and there he goes. He finds himself in his home. He's gonna set his store in the end zone. Touchdown, Kimbrel.
What a performance by Hubba Kimbrel, and that caps it off there. And I was going to raise a point. I mean, what I find really interesting about this performance from Hubba Kimbrel is Vegas paid him about half of what the top-end running backs were worth in this league, and he's really showing that it's not necessarily about, whether you've got that star player ability. He's just making it happen, whether he likes it or not. I mean, he's just such a strong carrier of the ball. It just makes the defense very, very tough.
Thomas has been laying some hits this game.
Third down and DC down
And
3 with 8
they
minutes
tried to
left.
oblige for my request, but unfortunately it didn't work out for them because the defense of the Predators were just that. They were preying on Stella getting that ball, and they destroyed him there.
3rd and 6 with 8 minutes to go in this ball game. Looks like Harrison is going to go in motion to the left of Synergy. Stops right there in the slot off the line. Going to hand off here. Oh, play action. Got the guys in the booth, and that pass is deflected away.
Sean Parent getting home again. I think that's the second time he's gotten to jive and just sends them back about 5 or 6 yards. But good pressure by the Seattle front 7, just getting in and around the area. The Portland offensive line, despite the talents, unable to hold on and sends them back. And this is a long-range 3rd down.
Bunch formation. I think this is the first time we've seen this one tonight here, Jacob. 3rd and 13. Jive looking around. He's going to throw it over the middle. Deep. Oh, that's a catch. And Portland keeps the drive alive. And that's Michael Knight once again coming into his own this second half.
There you go. That was necessary. And yeah, he's had the last 3 receptions from Cyrus Jive have gone to Michael Knight again. A similar route where he just runs that post up the middle out of the slot. Seattle unable to pick it up and get some forward progress. They flip the field. And they probably need to keep going to that because I just don't think Ezekiel Love's going to get it done in the time they have available to them.
Hand off to the outside for Ezekiel Love, going to gain 4. Solid run, as that's going to bring us the end of the 3rd quarter here. Portland down 2 scores, looking to close the gap here in the Nemisphere. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. It's 34-21, Seattle in the lead.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the.
And we talked about it, longevity being a question mark for O'Shaughnessy being the feature back in this offense. He's going to get a lot of carries, and we're starting to see either Tulsa is keying in on him a bit more, or he's getting to be a little bit on the sluggish side.
Yeah, that is the truth. I was concerned about that. He's been the premier guy all game, and eventually, you do run out of gas.
Struthers going to air it out wide open, man, is Keel, and he has passed the defense. One man to beat, spin move near the 10 to the 11-yard line. Logan Keel.
Oh, that is so impressive. I mean, yeah, eventually, guys like Marco Swift was able to drag him down, but this has been the scenario this entire game. Every one of Denver's big plays has come as a result of, it's been long yardage plays. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's not just been, chunk here. Big time runs, big time catches. I have really enjoyed getting to see what this offense is able to do. They're quite frankly
Denver's
explosive.
at the 10. Portland's also in Seattle territory.
Inside of 4.5 to go.
Charleston about to cross the
play
50.
By Keel. O'Shaughnessy with the carry.
LA about to cross the
your
50.
defense can get a hold on this Seattle offense on this corresponding drive, but they need to execute again. They've done it twice today.
First and 10. Portland goes over the middle. That is Israel Adams with a catch and a first down in the red zone.
There you go, crack. Great catch by Adams, but a nice throw by Cyrus Jive. He's just starting to get the feel for
Then
it.
makes a man miss, makes another before stepping out of bounds at the 36.
Struthers will pitch it to O'Shaughnessy, and he'll lose maybe a yard or so on the play.
Points on the board. Richardson really taking his time. Oh, okay, so he does make the...
Who made a great catch, made two people basically lose their jock straps with those nice little...
Rollout this time from Cyrus Jive. I almost called him type attack because I'm so used to him doing the rollouts. Second and 10. That one did not go as well as a type attack rollout does.
Yep.
A marked improvement over last year for Denver already on this offensive front.
Just 3 minutes left in this Denver game. Fast moving, third down.
Just over 3 to go. O'Shaughnessy gets the carry. Good spin move there. And he's going to get close to the end zone. He's going to miss it just by an inch or so.
Quick drop. Throws over the middle. That's touchdown time. Portland crawls back to within a score. Michael Knight. If they had a player in the second half, he'd...
Spot of the ball, and I certainly don't blame them. You got a challenge in your back pocket. I don't know that this one is going to get overturned. Now it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be, in my opinion, the play of this game because that's going to change really the entire outcome of the remaining 2 minutes of this game. If they say that he...
To Murphy, touchdown! Charleston Predators!
And as we looked at that replay retroactively, brought to you by Retroid, the ruling on the field is going to stand, and Denver is going to lose a timeout there, so they will have just 2 remaining. Tulsa with all 3, and that is a key play in the game because if they score a touchdown there, the game is virtually over. But now by forcing a field goal,
Charleston goes up 10 with 5:25 to go on that touchdown throw. Tulsa keeps it a 2-possession game. They force a chip shot field goal. 27-14, 2:50 left. Seattle has the ball back up by 6 with 8.5 to go. LA's in scoring position.
39-yard field goal from where they are, but maybe a touchdown would be more preferred as this handoff to Logan Jack yields nothing on the play. Another solid defense right down the middle.
I mean, they've just dominated them defensively completely today. And it seems that Logan Jack just hasn't quite been able to get the room that he would normally get.
That is true. Logan Jack had one of the most yards, about 4th last season, 2nd most in carries. And instead, Logan Jack, a lot of carries this game still, but his yardage, the amount of yards get not that comparable. And now we will see a 36-yard field goal attempt. So after the 4th quarter or 3rd quarter break, 0 yards of progress. This will be for points on the board, and points they will get. That is 3 points for LA. It is a rough day for them. but they can rest in the fact that they did not start the season.
His offense, he is a weapon.
Scott sheds the tackler. She sheds too. Oh, she's off to the races. Can she? Nope. Not gonna shed anymore.
Man, she's going crazy at the moment, Blue Scott, and at that time again almost breaks off for another long-range run, which
Long touchdown run from happening.
Man in motion is Josh Gill. Down to the right. Synergy rolls left. Synergy looks down the field. That pass intended for...
Blitz coming from the outside. It's picked up. Q going to fire it into one-on-one coverage and incomplete. Looked like he might have had a man there. Just
Seattle's
by a
crossed the
thread,
50.
but
And off the outside once again for Blue Scott. She's going to gain about 7 on the play.
that's another good run. And Portland, I think, are going to now need to respond to Seattle's run game. I don't think Patak's going to take many gambles here with this at this stage of the game if they're getting safe yardage out of their star running back.
Tulsa's in no huddle. They are on Denver's side of the
Denver
field.
territory. Q will throw again. Going to fire it, and it's picked off for a third time. Going back is Kippa Jones, who is another rookie, pick 108. Welcome to the big leagues, my man. And that's going to be hard to come back from now.
Almost a nail in the coffin. How about this Denver Nightwings defense?
Denver may have
These
wrapped
rookies,
things up with that interception. They're
playing
up
just
13
some
with the
beautiful
football.
and you know, great job.
On the field, one man to beat, crosses midfield, steps out of bounds to stop the clock.
And then Ty Patak's going to call his own number again. Gains about a yard. Time melting away off the clock.
It took a gamble. The problem now for Portland is they've conceded yardage to the point that they're in field goal range now. So it essentially means that they would need something beyond a touchdown on the corresponding drive.
Tack roll out throws. Tippett, that's what they needed. They needed an interception. They got it. Portland, don't look now, but this game is coming right down the wire. Chris Statch the pick.
Wow. Well, I made the call because I thought they were going to keep going to Blue Scott for the remainder of the drive, at least until they could kind of run the clock back. But incredible read by the defensive secondary of Portland. Christash gets in the area, and all of a sudden there's a long way to go in this game. Got the ball back within a score.
Ball's on their own 11-yard line. They need 89 yards on this drive if they want to take the lead. Short throw down to Michael Knight. 9 needed.
Geez, he's been really impressive. I mean, unsighted in the opening half, comes in completion into an 8-yard completion.
Having it.
Third down in
led
DC.
by John Lawley there.
Hit right at the line of scrimmage by Ryan. Go for it here. I would say go for it. Run a regular play here. Go for it. You're 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. You got to go for it.
Yeah, they either go for it or attempt a long field goal. Go for it. So the best play, but I would have run it instead of this.
That pass is incomplete. Nice shot on the receiver.
Over the clock. Obviously 5.5 minutes to go. Still plenty of time left.
First down, once again, this is going to be a throw to the outside. That one caught by Nelson Lozano Jr. Another pickup for a first down.
It was gorgeous touch by Cyrus Jive just to find him on a tight end out route there to the far sideline. Such an effective play because the tight end just often gets picked up by a corner that doesn't.
And like you said, I think both of
Tulsa
these
needs
teams,
a stop.
we'll be hearing a lot from them this season. I just have that feeling.
Handoff goes to R.E. Mills, who rumbles forward for the
Regulation. Handoff to Ezekiel Love. He's going to gain a yard there, going to say. Doug Day on the tackle.
A good defense running. You've got to plug the middle there if you are defending against Ezekiel Love. That's where Portland have liked to rush him. Aggressive set here by Portland.
And oh, he hits him with a juke, and he's going to be way out in the open field. 30, 20, oh, he spins inside. That's going to be a touchdown. Portland's going to take the lead. Oh, goodness. Ezekiel Love.
That's your player of the night, Jack, and incredible. I mean, that's play of the weekend. Unbelievable. Ezekiel Love, not only was it impressive that he got into the space, but this spin move to shake off 2 defenders in open space. The juke was impressive in itself. But watch what he does. I mean, he's starting to lose it here. The defenders have caught up, and he just says, no thanks, we'll send you over the sideline. This is my time. Portland are going to take the lead here with an extra point.
And you know, Jacob, at the end of the first half, after that big touchdown from Baloo Scott, you know, it all looked kind of hopeless for Portland, but now Portland has scratched and clawed their way back into this, and they're going to take the lead with 4:32 remaining.
Victory formation in Denver. They're going to defeat Tulsa 27-14.
A stunning career with Portland, but that might be the most impressive moment of his career. I mean, that was just stunning running back play in open field.
Kick is away, and for the first time tonight, for the first time since they were down 7-zip to start the game, Seattle coming in with less points, and this one's going to be bounced to the outside by John Fullerton. And if Fullerton has his way, they'll be right back out in front. He won't have his way, though, as they're going to barely cross the midfield straight.
What is going on? Well, this game's going to headline convention weekend. Like, unbelievable. When we're looking back on it, like 70 points combined. Crazy stuff to near the end of the weekend, but what a finish we've got here, and Seattle just straight back on the attack there off the kickoff. This is going to be a wild final 4 minutes.
Ball is on Portland's 49. 1st and 10. 4 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the ball game. And Patak's going to go down for a sack. Portland coming alive in this 4th quarter.
Well, that's what they've been needing to do. They needed to rush one of the linebackers in when he tries to create that space for himself. That time Portland gets it right and they shut it down.
2nd and 12.
DC does get a stop.
Attack.
They are out of timeouts.
Go deep, and that's going to be wide open. Down to the 30, Paulie Truth, his 2nd catch of the game. And it couldn't have come at a more important time for the Nemesis.
There he is, Paulie Truth. He hasn't checked into the game since the 1st quarter, I believe. It's his 2nd catch of the game. That time wide open across the middle. Again, type attack, just using the amount of weapons that he's got in this offensive package. And Seattle keep it moving.
1st and 10, ball is on the 29. Throw to the outside. Oh my goodness, nearly intercepted. Kristach nearly had another one. That was a bit too risky.
Oh man, if he had caught that, there would have been a statue outside the home stadium with his name on it, but unable to reel it in. That would have been a huge moment.
Type attack, holding his own number on 2nd down. It's going to be 3rd and inch.
134. Here comes the motion. Ronnie Shanahan. Down to the bottom in the slot here. Now you have trips. Synergy rolls to the left again. The rollouts, I think, is what's hurting the DC Dragons because they're this Charleston Predators defense is getting so much pressure.
3rd and inches. Hand off to Scott. Scott's going to get the 1st down. Scott gets up to the 15, 1st and 10. And now Portland left in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, again, Blue Scott just refusing to go down when that first contact gets there. Look at that! 121 after the hit's a bit of a misleading stat, but that's been the story.
First and 10. Type attack rolling out. Throw to the end zone, incomplete. Second and 10.
Been looking at that all night. Sometimes it just doesn't quite find the right space for the receiver. But Patak will keep going to that. That's, he's going to take a couple of shots at the end zone here, 15 out.
Second down and 10. Give me another rollout for Patak. Nearly hit as he throws. Touchdown! Seattle has put up 40 in this game, and Fox Highwind gets a touchdown tonight.
And just like that, the lead shifts once again, and then this time they had pressure in his face, and he still produces. What a grab by Fox Highwind. He's done that several times tonight with the one hand. Unbelievable. Through contact of the quarterback with Patak, and then through contact at the catch with Highwind, a sensational play by Seattle, and they retake the lead here.
And it's a fake. They're going to go for 2. And it seemed to be incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. It's DPI on Portland. They're going to go for another one. My question
The official
is,
calls us incorrectly.
why is
Watch this
Seattle
roughing the
supposed to do?
passer.
Well, I'm assuming they're trying to make it so that if Portland score again, they don't lose. And
DC's moving, 110 left.
115 yards on the day for Synergy. Rolling once more. That pass is caught again by Aspen.
One. Portland needs a stop here more than they need air in the sky. They're going to hand it off. Oh, 2 points. 42-35. Blue Scott extends the lead to...
I hope the booth challenged this. I thought he crossed the plane. We'll see here on this replay. And no,
It
good
looks
defense.
like no. I don't think he crossed.
at this point in time.
That is true. Kimbrel really getting the workload, and Kimbrel, look at that.
He's been making a huge impact in his first official game in the SFL. A kick return for a touchdown, clutch receptions on this drive alone.
Yep, 3 catches in a row in this drive. Josh Gill goes in motion to the left. Here is Synergy. Calling the signal, steps back. Kevin Say open in the flat. The pass is caught right across the middle of the field. And it's to a wide receiver.
Kimbrel kind of slowed down in the beginning, but oh my goodness.
He makes that catch for a touchdown. Do you go for 2 and an onside kick, or do you just go for the extra point here to try to get the onside kick to basically to tie it up?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to go for the tie here in terms of the game plan that you just mentioned.
Party with the kick.
DC down
Looking good.
3, 51 seconds left. Portland down
3-point
7,
ball game here now.
2:15
Pretty
left.
sure DC is going to go onside kick, as we do see Party.
Portland's
in that
moving.
stands.
Stay with the onside.
Now I have seen Sims where the onside kick works horribly against somebody. Oh,
Throw over the middle, that's going to be caught
They'll have
by
to
Israel
re-kick that.
Adams. Gain of 7, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Don't go anywhere, folks. 42-35, and Portland's driving to tie it up. You're watching the SFL on YouTube.
Rest of the rainbows, but you honestly wouldn't know.
5 yards. It goes 10. Bobbled.
that's the game.
Going to progress throughout the season.
Oh, Kimbrel jumps over defender to
Second down and 3. Jive rolling out. Jive launches it deep. That's down to the 30. Minute 55 left. Portland calling their first time out of the half.
Michael Knight is a superstar, man. Like, he's just making it happen. I mean, Cyrus Jive has barely gone away from him. 111 receiving yards. That's in one half of football.
Yeah, pretty much. Ball's on the 29 now. Jive throws it short. He's going to get 2 of all 4 progress.
Couple of victory formations. Charleston holds on to beat DC on the road, 31-28.
The situation
Vegas
here. They've got
dominates
one
Los
timeout
Angeles,
left, still plenty of time,
38-3.
and they're right in
And
the
it's
striking
down to
area.
1.
You need to be execute in the best possible way.
Dump off the outside. Ezekiel Love. Can Love shed the tackler? Yes, he can. Can't shed the second one, though. 3rd and 7, and Portland has eviscerated their timeouts.
Yeah, he probably
Fort
would have
Worth
been
and
better
Mexico
to
City is
throw
our last
away
game of the
there.
night. It comes your way
They
ASAP.
swarmed to the area
at the
where
conclusion of this
Ezekiel
block.
Love received it. He couldn't get out of bounds. And
Chad
that
Rowland, Eddie
leaves
Gage
them
on the
without
call.
any timeouts, but they've still got a minute 40 odd on the game clock.
Third and 7. 2 plays get 7 yards. And that's going to be incomplete. 1 play, 7 yards. They need to get to the 19.
And it was just tipped away, but this Nemesis Stadium is starting to really rock here. The home fans getting behind the defense to try and pull off a stop. What are Portland going to draw up here?
Fourth and 7. They're going to hand it off. No, they're going to roll it out. Throw. Incomplete. That is pretty much game over. As Seattle makes a massive stand. Bryant Jr. saves it for the Nemesis.
Amar Bryant Jr., the cornerback, former Queen City Corsair that time. He looked for Michael Knight again in the outside this time. Couldn't reel up the catch. Great coverage by Seattle, and you're right, that could well be a game-winning play without any more timeouts. Seattle in victory formation. That bunch formation has worked for Portland and several times today. This time he's unable to bring it in, and Seattle are going to hold on to a tense win.
Yeah, a huge game here in the Nemispheres. They're going to walk out with their first ever win in the new stadium and in 4K23. And if I'm not mistaken, Jacob, this will be the first time in Seattle Nemesis franchise history they'll be having a winning record. So kudos to them.
Yeah, you're right, and a really important start for Type Attack as well. I mean, there was a lot of pressure on him surrounding this first game in a Nemesis uniform. I'm just wondering, I'm not sure if my math is off, but I wonder, no, I don't think they will. I think that's, I was just questioning whether or not they may have had the odd play, but I think this one's well and truly over, and Portland's still some positive signs, but I think a lot to take away today was they were just unable to shut down that rollout play where they would send either Fox Highwind or T to Queen on a
Congrats
post.
to Seattle
up the
getting a
middle.
42-35 victory.
Pretty much every time they drew it
I'm
up.
being told it's cooled down outside, so
that was the story
enjoy
of the game.
Fort Worth and Mexico City coming up, and the patio doors are just out to the left.
Fort Worth to take on the Toros.
The bar is still open if you
Portland takes the week off in week 2.
Want to get more happy
they'll be
or
on
sad,
next level
depending
sports
upon
in
what
week
happened tonight.
3 and on the road once again, facing off against the Mexico City Aztecs. 2 games that should be really important for these 2 teams, and 2 teams with a lot of promise heading into this young season. Anything's possible in 4K23, and that's going to be the ball game. The Seattle Nemesis beat their Cascadia compatriots, the Portland Fleet, 42-35, and that was a great game, Jacob. Wouldn't you agree?
Fantastic game to near the close of convention weekend, and obviously got one more key matchup left to play, but this was a great way to lead into it and possibly one of the best games we'll see all weekend. Both offenses playing at a high level. Seattle took over in the second quarter of the game, and Portland just sort of inched their way back. They won the second half, Portland, but were unable to bring it home in the end. An impressive performance by Ezekiel Love. Look at that, 24 carries.